Kelly's Heroes. It was a beautiful spring day on the island of Sodor. At the viaduct construction site, the pack had just started a new day's work. Jack was excited. He and Alfie were busy putting a ballast space in the surface trenches Alfie had dug. Jack had never done this before. The job was also very dirty. Alfie was happy. The job involved Jack going to get a load of ballast from the ballast pile, then bringing it back and dumping it in Alfie's trench. Once the ballast was in the trench, Alfie would spread it with his bucket, while Jack went back for another load. As always, Jack was full of energy and rushing about. He scooted up the trench edge and started to dump his load. "Careful, mowing the trench, Jack," Alfie admonished. "I am careful, Alfie," Jack retorted, and he sped off again. Jack had to get the ballast from one elevation and bring it to Alfie via a rather circuitous road. The journey would take a long time, so Jack sped along. Meanwhile, Oliver and Ned were working on an elevation near the edge of a long excavation. Oliver's job was to break up rock with his giant chisel, and Ned's was to pick up the broken rock with his bucket and load it into the waiting Monty, who would take it to the rock crusher. "I haven't got all day," Monty said impatiently. "Oh, this won't take all day," said Ned innocently. "Couple of hours at most." Kelly was on his way to Isabella, who had the girders for the viaduct. Just as he passed Oliver and Ned, Jack came roaring by with a load of ballast. Kelly stopped suddenly. "Whoa, cowboy!" Kelly called. Jack stopped just in time. "Be careful," warned Kelly. "Heavy rains have made the ground soft. Under these conditions, machines can get themselves in trouble. You need to be extra careful." "I am careful," Jack insisted. "Why is everyone always telling me, 'Be careful'?" And he sped crossly off. Oliver had overheard the conversation. Then he saw the worried look on Kelly's face. "You don't need to worry about Ned," said Oliver politely. "I will look after him and make sure he's extra careful." Kelly thanked Oliver and went on his way. "Be careful not to go too close to the precipice," Oliver said firmly. "If you get too close to the edge, the ground can give way and you'll go in." "I know, Oliver," Ned said, feeling proud that he knows how to have a care. Then Ned started moving closer to the edge. When Kelly got to Isabella, she was a little miffled. "This place is dirty," she grumbled, "and you're keeping me waiting." Every time Jack roared by, he kicked up a cloud of dust. "I don't want to get any dirtier than I already am." Kelly just let Isabella's impatience roll off like water off a duck's back. He was the soul of tolerance and understanding. Later, when Jack roared up to the trench, Alfie was waiting. "It takes longer for you to make your journey than it takes for me to spread the ballast," Alfie teased. "Been waiting long?" Jack asked. "Long enough," said Alfie. "Maybe I can find a faster route," said Jack as he dumped his load. As Jack started to head back, Alfie called after him. "And Jack," he began. "I know," Jack responded. "Be careful," and he hurried away. Alfie eagerly went back to his ballast spreading. Jack, eagerly traveling down the road, made his U-turn back down the lower surface road towards the ballast pile. Jack was proud that he was learning the ropes. He wanted to help, and he wanted to do a good job. "Perhaps I can find a faster route," he thought to himself. As he was traveling, he looked up at the embankment. Alfie was right above him at the top of the burn. "If I just took a shortcut and went up the burn instead of around," he thought to himself, "I can make the trip a lot quicker and he sped past Kelly and Isabella. "I wonder if Jack will get himself into trouble again today," said Isabella. "Only time will tell," Kelly said, and Kelly began to unload the girders. "Mind my bright yellow paint," the cheeky truck cried. Meanwhile, Oliver was working away industriously, continuing to break up rock. "Don't get too close to the edge," Oliver said cautiously. "I'll be careful," assured Ned. He was proud of being attentive. Meanwhile, Jack had picked up a load of ballast and was making his way back. Just as he got across from Isabella and Kelly again, he looked up at the burn. Jack turned and charged up the burn. Kelly and Isabella saw everything. "Aren't you going to do something about this?" Isabella asked Kelly. "I am doing something about it," Kelly replied. "I'm letting Jack learn the hard way." Halfway up the burn, Jack started to go sideways. "Oh no," he cried, and he toppled down the hill end over end, spilling his load. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Jack was lying on his side. Kelly drove over. Jack was very embarrassed. "I guess this is not what you meant by careful," he said sadly. "Not really," answered Kelly good-naturedly. "What will Miss Jenny say?" Jack asked anxiously. Kelly smiled. "I think she'll say you failed the test but learned the lesson the best way possible. No harm done. Let's get you upright. Alf is still waiting for this load." Kelly lowered his hook and began to put Jack upright. Nearby, Oliver and Ned were still working away. Oliver could see Kelly putting Jack upright. "You don't want to end up like that," he said, "so take care." "I will," assured Ned. Just then, Monty roared up. Ned saw that he needed to adjust his position. "Oliver, could you give me just a bit more working room?" he asked. "No problem," said Oliver, and he started to back up. "And Oliver," Ned continued, "don't get too close to the—" But it was too late. Ned's bucket accidentally banged Oliver and shoved him over the edge. Oliver was stuck. "Would you like me to get some help?" Ned asked. "Yes," answered Oliver. "That would be nice."